Madam, please begin. Madam, please begin. Betty, madam, please begin.
Yes. So a very lovely good morning to all the attendees present here today. So today we all are gathered here to attend the webinar on Mental Health Care Act of 2017 and its implication on mental health practice, with an agenda to provide in-depth exploration of laws and regulation for nurses as an aid to decision making for mentally ill clients. And to throw light on this relevant and very significant topic, we have with us our speaker, Mr. Om Prakash Swami, sir, who is Associate Professor from Mahatma Gandhi Nursing College, Jaipur. Let me throw some light on sir's profile. Sir is currently President of Global Foundation for Nursing Profession and Social Services, Jaipur. Sir is also life member of various professional organizations. Sir has been HIV and tuberculosis TOT trainer. Sir is editor-in-chief of GFN PSS's Global Nursing Journal of India. Talking about sir's educational qualification, sir has completed his master's in mental health nursing from RGUHS Bangalore in 2010. Sir is PhD scholar currently pursuing PhD from Mahatma Gandhi University of Medical Sciences and Technology since 2018. Sir has a vast work experience of 15 years and has worked in various capacities and positions from staff nurse to lecturer, assistant professor, and associate professor. Sir has published various journals in the articles in reputed journals, and sir has also been the author of books and procedural records. Besides that, sir has a vast research project and work experience and has been guide to many MSc nursing students. Sir is also exam coordinator of RGUHS, that is Rajasthan University of Health Sciences. Sir has also organized various conferences and workshops, and sir has also attended and organized various professional development programs. We are so glad and fortunate that you have accepted our invitation, and thank you that you have accepted our invitation and be a part of our webinar as a resource person. On behalf of Parallel Institute of Nursing, I welcome you, sir, and I request you to take the lead of the session.
Thank you, ma'am, for introducing me. So, good morning to all. Today we discuss here for Mental Health Care Act 2017. So generally, starting off this topic, I want to introduce to you that before this act, we have the Indian Mental Health Act 1987. In regard of the Indian Mental Health 1987, because some deficiency and some lack of formality is there, so that's why the various or globally the various countries want to change the Indian Mental Health Act 1987 and Mental Health Care Act 2007 exists for this. Generally, this act come into pass from the parliament from the 7 April 2017 and exist and pass out into the 29 May 2018 in the India. So generally, an act to provide for mental health care and person with mental illness and protect, promote, and the right of such person during delivery health care and services and for better connected on incidences there too. So each and every services for regarding to the mental health and providing to mental health care to the mentally ill person, protect the right of mental ill patient, promote the mental health, and possess the all the right of the person during the delivery of health care services and better to connected all the type of this. Next is the protocol was adopted on the 13th December 2006 at United States headquarters in New York and came into force on the 3rd May. And whereas India has signed and ratified the said convention on the first day of October 2007. And whereas it is necessary to align and harmonize the existing law with the said convention. In the 7 April 2017 passed from the Parliament and 29 May 2018 come into force into the India. So after this introduction, we discuss about the first chapter. So generally the Indian Mental Health Act 1907 also have the 10 chapter. In this chapter, there are total 16 chapter for this act as per the Mental Health Care Act 2017. So it is not possible to explain all chapter in detail, but one by one we discuss about the each and every chapter with the important line of these chapters. So in the first chapter, preliminary, all type of preliminary information comes into the axis of the this act. Under the section 1, the preliminary chapter consists of the short title. Short title means the name of the act. So this act comes to the Mental Health Care Act 2017. So this is the short title of this act, and extent means whole India cover of this act, and commencement means where the notification, gazetted notification comes by from the government of India, and where the president passed this act is the commencement of this act. Second section of this preliminary information comes to the definitions. Definition means in various definition comes into the use of this act, such as a appropriate government. Appropriate government means central government or state government are working for this act for making the rule and regulation. Second one is the advance directive. Advance directive means anybody who is not a minor, they are able to take decision whether they want admit into psychiatric hospital, whether they want to the services of mental health hospital, whether they want reject the services from the psychiatric hospital. So that is called as advance directive, and newer definition as per the Mental Health Care Act 2017. Another is the authority. Authority comes into the center and state authority which are following the rule and regulation for the mental health hospitals. Board, where is the board, mental health review board constituted by the state government, in which the number of members are existing to maintain the rule and regulation of the psychiatric hospital or mental health care services. Next is the caregiver who provide the care and services to the psychiatric patients. Next is the central authority, means the central government appoint the mental health center authority to execute the all type of services to the mentally ill patient and making the rule and regulation into the psychiatric hospital. Next is the clinical psychology for the comes into the definition of section second. Clinical psychologist means those are purchased the MA in psychology and have the master degree in clinical psychology comes into the clinical psychologist, which perform the various procedure for the treatment of the mentally ill patients. Next comes into the family. Family means those are having the blood relationship and those are sharing the valuables and good in the same type of group, that comes into the family member. Next comes into the informed consent. It is very important to know the all of you, because without the informed consent, nobody admitted into psychiatric hospital to the mentally ill patient, and nobody provided any type of treatment to the psychiatric patient. So informed consent is very important in the behalf of the minor, in the behalf of the psychiatric patient, relative, any friend, neighbor, any those are admitted to the psychiatric patient to the hospital are the provide the informed consent regarding to the psychiatric patient. Next is the local authority, means those are having the knowledge about the psychiatric care and treatment, and those are having the situated in the for the local area. And magistrate and chief justice also comes into the this preliminary information and definitions. They are providing the and making the rule and regulation and provide the punishment if anyone breaking the rule and regulation of the psychiatric hospital, and as per this act, Mental Health Care Act 2017. Next is the medical officer. Those are possess the MBBS degree, mental health care professional. Those are having the knowledge of the mental health care treatments. Then mental health nurse. Those are possessing the general nursing and midwifery, post basic diploma certificate, diploma in psychiatric nursing, that is called as DPN, and BSc nursing and master nursing are eligible for the care and look after to the psychiatric patient. Minor, another definition is the minor. Minor means as per this this act, minor means those are not completed the age of 18 years comes into the minor age. And last one is the psychiatric social worker. Those are possessing the MA in sociology and having the experience to work into the social welfare of the psychiatric patients comes into the definition of this chapter. So this chapter generally deal with the short title, extent, commencement, and definition of the various usable into the as per this act. So this is the chapter first, primary information. Now we discuss the chapter second, that is called as mental illness and capacity to make mental decision. Mental illness and capacity to make mental health care and treatment decision. So under the section 3, determination of mental illness, how we can determine the mental illness. So generally we can determine the mental illness through the as per the classification of disease, international classification of disease, we can determine the any type of mental illness. And in another capacity to make mental health care treatment and decision, every person, every mental ill patient are have the right to take the mental health care and treatment into the hospital. Treatment of admission, personal assistant, appreciated treatment, they are appreciated treatment if they are happy and if they are receiving the proper treatment from the psychiatric hospital. If lack of decision, they are complained against to the psychiatric hospital. Personal assistant also they are required as per chapter 2, section 4. Communication right also there for the patients. All information is simple language. So the capacity to make mental health care and treatment decision, the mental patient should be provided all the information in the simple language, and they have the capacity to taking the treatment as per the choice. Next is the chapter 3 is the advanced directive care. Advanced directive care means anybody who are not a minor, means those are complete the age of 18 years, they are getting the benefit of advanced directive care. Manner of making advanced directive care means anybody who's the complete of the age, they are have the right to treatment and care. May not be care and treatment if they are not suitable the treatment, they are reject the treatment anytime upon nominated representatives. So they are as per the advanced directive, they are having the capacity, they are having the right to getting the representative on behalf of the psychiatric patient. They are getting the all the services, all the information regarding the care and treatment. They are getting to the information from the hospital. Next is the maintenance of online. Chapter 7 is the maintenance of online register, means every hospital should be bound that they are maintaining the online registers regarding the care and treatment of the psychiatric patient. Next is the chapter under the chapter 3, section 8, revocation and amendment or cancellation of advance directive. If any advance directive means the representative are not care and look after the psychiatric patient, they can anytime revocation with the explanation by the board, they can amendment the things, they are cancellation of advanced directive services which are purchased by the psychiatric patients, means the representative also amendment or cancellation and new representative can be provided to the psychiatric ill patient. So this is the advanced directive, means those are not the minor, they are getting the various services into the psychiatric hospital in the various manner. Next section is the 9, advanced directive not to apply to emergency treatment. So it is important that in emergency services, advanced directive means we are not providing any type of assistant, any type of representative to the emergency treatment. Next is the duty to follow advanced directive. It is duty to the representative that are making the good care for the psychiatric patient. They are providing the all type of information to the psychiatric patient. They are discussed with the doctor. They are discussed with the nurse regarding the treatment of the hospital. Next is the power to review, alter, modify, or cancel advance directive. The psychiatric patient and the government of this particular state have the power to review the representative, alter the representative, and modify or cancel the representative in any time, in any stage during the treatment of the mental patient into the hospital. Next one is the review of advanced directive. Review means whatever benefit is getting or not from the benefited of the representative or not. Means the representatives provide the totally care, look after of the psychiatric patient, the interested to provide the psychiatric care to the mentally patient or not. So if not, then anytime they can, representative can change anytime. So review means we can getting the full information regarding the patient condition. Next 13 section under the this chapter is the liability of medical health profession in relation to the advance. In all the medical health professional advance, we are having the liability regarding to the practice, regarding to care to the psychiatric patient, and regarding to advanced directory. So this is the chapter, third is 13 section. Next is the chapter 4. Chapter 4 is the dealing with the nominated representative. Earlier we discussed in the advanced directory, nominated representative means who are look after the care and treatment of the patient. Here we discuss the section 14, appointment and revocation of nominated representative. Appointment means the person are who are not able to provide the consent and who are not the minor, we are providing the or state government or concerned authority provide the nominated representative behalf of the psychiatric patient. So appointment also made in favor of the psychiatric patient, and revocation also be done if nominated representative is not working properly. Next, we discuss the nominated representative of minor. In case of minor, also we are providing the nominated representative to provide the consent, to provide the information regarding the treatment of psychiatric patient. In the chapter 4, this chapter 16 under the 16 section, revocation, alteration, etc. of nominated representative by the board. Board have right to change the nominated member in any time if they are not work properly for the behalf of the patient or psychiatric patient. In this chapter, duties of nominated representative also fixed, means they are look after the psychiatric patient, perform the all type of activities, all type of care, knowing the information from the psychiatric hospital. If the patient are not properly look after any care, then they are informed to the doctor regarding to this chapter. Next chapter is the chapter 5th is the right of person. Sorry, this is the wrongly type here. So this is the chapter 4 and earlier is the chapter 4. This is the chapter 5th, right of person with mental illness. So as per we know that various rights of person with mental illness having as per the Indian Mental Health 1987. In this act also we have the several right of the behalf of the patient. So generally in the section 18, right to access mental health care. Every mentally ill patient have right to provide or getting the proper health care from the psychiatric hospital. In the 19 section, right to community living, every mentally ill patient have right to living into community area without any problems. Then section 20, right to protection from cruel, inhumane and degrading treatment. If anybody or any mentally ill patient getting the cruel, inhumane and degrading treatment into the hospital, they are complained the particular authority regarding the protection of the right of mentally ill patient. Next is the right to equality and non-discrimination. Equality means every person are getting to equal chance, whether mental ill patient or whether the physically healthy person or general patient. Those are admitted into the general hospital. Both are have the equality into the care and look after of the psychiatric patient, and don't discrimination as per the age, as per the sex, as per the casteism, as per the social differences, as per the politician issue. So this is the right and equality and non-discrimination of the patient. Right to information. The mentally patient have right to getting the each and every type of information regarding to his care and treatment into the psychiatric hospital. Next, 23rd section comes into right to confidentiality. Right to confidentiality means nobody can reveal the information during the time of treatment into the third party another party in the mass media and any type of treatment. So this is the confidentiality regarding to treatment of mentally ill patient. They have right to confidentiality maintained by the various health professional and nurses and doctors. Next 24 is the restriction on release or information in respect of mentally ill patient. So there is a generally release of any type of photograph, release of any type of information regarding the mental ill patient also restricted. Nobody should have the power to release the information, photograph, videos, images during the treatment into the psychiatric hospital. Next one is the right to access medical report. Every psychiatric patient have right to access the medical record. They want anytime they access the medical record regarding the treatment, regarding the care, regarding the procedure which is done to the patient, and they can know about the medical record information, whether the on register or whether the in the digital format. Is as per this act, digital format also necessary to every hospital to maintain the medical record into the digital format. Then right to personal contact and communication. As you know that every person have right to communicate and contact with anybody. Same as a mental patient also have the right to contact and communication with any person, anybody, any type of phone call they are doing from the hospital, any type of communication, email, messaging, any type of drafting, any type of letter writing they are doing from the hospital. Next one is the section 27 is the right to legal aid. Right to legal aid means the person have the legal services if the patient are not provided to good care and services into the hospital. They are want to legal aid at the free of cost from the particular concerned authority. Right to make complaint about deficiency in provision of services as per in Mental Health Care Act 2017. This is also provision that if any type of deficiency during the care and treatment of psychiatric patients, they can complain to the necessary and they can complain to the pertinent authority to complain about the not getting the proper treatment from the psychiatric hospital as per section 28. Next one is the promotion of mental health and preventive program under the chapter 6 duties of appropriate government. So in this chapter, this is the new one, duties of appropriate government. Those are providing the care and treatment, those are making the regulation, they are concerned with the particular department, particular areas, they are have the particular duties. Here this sixth chapter denote that promotion of mental health and preventive program. Already you know promotion of mental health is very important to reduce the mental health illness, and preventive program in the primary, secondary, and tertiary level also very important. So section second is leading with the promotion of mental health and preventive programs, such as in making the various monthly program, various seminar, conference, workshop, social drama, like that promotion of mental illness or preventive program regarding to mental illness. Third 30 section is creating awareness about mental health and illness and reducing stigma associated with mental illness. It is very disappointed that nowadays also stigma is situated in our societies because they are not favored the mentally ill patient. So that's why as per this section, creating awareness about mental health through the mass media, through the radio, through the television, through the any type of promotional activity, movies, they are creating awareness about the mental health and illness and try to reducing stigma associated with mental illness, because nowadays every person are getting the proper treatment and they are chances to reduce the mental illness if we are getting the diagnosis as early as possible. So we are trying to reduce the stigma from our society, from our country. Next 31 section is dealing with the appropriate government to take measure as regard to human resource development and training. This is very important chapter for the Mental Health Care Act 2017, because HRD is very important part. HRD means those are maintaining the services, those are making the human resources. Means generally whenever we are deal with the any type of services, we need that human resources and material. So HRD is took the very good concern regarding to human resource development. They are providing the sufficient people to care and look after the psychiatric patient into the hospital. They are appointed various officers to identify the mentally patient and their care, and they are maintaining the training program to improve the mental health and to reduce the mental illness from the country. 32 section is coordination within appropriate government. Coordination within appropriate government, where the state government are working, they are coordinated with the other departments such as a NGO, psychiatric hospital, asylum, any type of social worker, any type of coordination they are required for the decreasing the mental illness and promoting the mental health. So this chapter is dealing with the duties of the appropriate government. Next, we are moving to the chapter 7. That is the Central Mental Health Authority. Central Mental Health Authority means establishment of central authority. The central government appoint the Central Mental Health Authority to perform the all type of work and duty regarding to the psychiatric patient care and look after. Composition of central authority means here the so many position held by the government of India. Generally, composition of central authority is composed to the secretary from the Department of Health and Family Welfare, joint secretary from the Department of Health and Family Welfare, another joint secretary from the Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani medicine for the composition of central authority, joint secretary from the Social Welfare Department, joint secretary from the Women and Child Welfare Department, directed health services from the central level, 2 psychiatric doctors, 1 psychiatric nurse, 2 relative of psychiatric patient, 2 assistant for the psychiatric patient. Those patients are having the mental illness. So these are the composition of central authority. Various number of persons are working together for the development of the mental health and reduce the mental illness. Next, we discuss the section 35, term of office, salary and allowance of chairperson and member. Earlier, we discussed the composition of central authority. Here, we discuss the term of office. कितने समय का उनका ऑफिस रहता है, सैलरी क्या है उनकी, अलाउंस ऑफ चेयरपर्सन एंड मेंबर्स क्या रहता है. सो टर्म ऑफ ऑफिस दे आर अप टू द 70 years. At the time of retirement, salaries as per the prescribed by the government of India, and allowance, various allowance regarding the meeting they are providing as per the norms to the chairperson and members. Next is the resignations. Of the chapter 36, resignation means if any composition of central authority member are want to resign from the particular position, they are informed to the central authority in the given written letters. Then after central authority regain or refill the post as soon as possible within 2 to 3 months. In the 37 section of filling of the vacancy as soon as possible, and within the 2 to 3 months they are filling the vacancy after receiving the resignation from the particular concerned officer. Vacancies, any type of retirement, any type of resignation, when they are, our goal and achievement are not receive us, we can remove the person from the composition of central authority. That time we are release the vacancy, not to invalid proceeding for the central authority. Any type of procedure which are not validated by the central authority, we are not performing. Means if vacancy are not fulfilled by the rule and regulation, if proper person, if designated person are not involved in the particular vacancy, then the all the procedure are to be invalidated proceeding of as per the central authority of this act. 39 section is the member not to participate in meeting in certain situations. Here this section means if any member of central authority have the personal benefit and interest of the particular minute, they are not to appoint or they are not present in the particular meeting because they are not interested to come into the mental health patient treatment. They are come with the personal interest and personal benefit. So those members are not allowed into particular meeting as per the 39 section. As per section 40, officer and other employee of central authority. Officer means gazetted officer. Those are having the director level with the other employee of central authority. If chairperson are not available for the meeting, then any type of officer are allowed to the central authority for the committed to the meetings. Next 41 is the function of chief executive officer in central authority. Chief executive officer means they are performing the all tasks given by the central authority, central mental health authority, or providing the authority to the government of India. All type of care, all type of look after into the psychiatric patient, protect the patient right, maintain the establishment in the psychiatric hospital, any type of rule and regulation which the favor of the psychiatric patient is the function of chief executive officer of central authority. Next was the 42 sections, the transfer of asset liabilities of central authorities. Transfer of asset means if we are not or any type of agency are not getting the proper objective and not receive the proper goal, they are transferred the particular whether the movable or whether the unmovable assets. Asset means जो भी वहां पे उन्होंने खर्चा लगाया है, जो भी वहां पे उन्होंने प्रोसेसिंग किए, इक्विपमेंट लगाए हैं, वो सारे वो ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं दूसरी जगह पे if they are not getting the proper goal and they are not receiving the proper care and treatment to the psychiatric hospital, and wherever central authority are not happy with the particular concerned hospital or particular team, they are transfer of asset liabilities of central authority. Liabilities means they are changing the duty of central authority also. Next, the function of central authority, as we discussed the chief executive officer function, here also same function. If the central authority are right to provide the any type of norms, any type of rule and regulation to look after and care to the psychiatric hospital, psychiatric patient, perform the all type of duty regarding to the care and look after to the patient, respect to the dignity of the patient, identify the proper care of the patient, impose to the any type of fine if rule and regulation are not maintaining, and chapter 44 dealing with the meeting of central authority means the chairperson are responsible meeting of central authority in the twice in a year. एक साल में 2 बार सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी मीटिंग ऑर्गेनाइज करेगी. इफ चेयरपर्सन इज नॉट देयर देन कंसर्न ऑफिसर एंड डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ जनरल हेल्थ आल्सो इन्वॉल्व फॉर द मीटिंग टू आइडेंटिफाई टू नो द सर्विसेज आर अचीव और नॉट achieved as per the Mental Health Care Act 2017 as per the Central Mental Health Authority. Next, we discussed another chapter that is called as chapter 8, State Mental Health Authority. As earlier we discussed the Central Mental Health Authority, this is the State Mental Health Authority in the similar platform. Under the section 45, establishment of state authority means this state authority is called as State Mental Health Authority, and composition of state authority means the secretary, those are the principal secretary perform in the state government, joint secretary, the deputy director of state government, doctors teams, 2 doctor, psychiatrist, mental health nurse, 2 representative from the patient side, 2 nominated representative in case of the minor. They are composition of state authority team. Term of office similar, they are up to the 70 year of age or retirement age, or salaries as per the prescribed format as per the government of India or as per the state government, and allowance of chairperson and other members are as per the prescribed norms. Resignation also same, if any member are resignation in the state mental health authority means member of the team of state mental health authority, they are written to the officer chairperson regarding to the resignation, regarding the reason for resignation. Then state mental health authority in the section 49 filling of the vacancy for the appropriate time. In the section 50 vacancy etc not invalidate proceedings, similar to central mental health authority, here also any type of vacancy which are not following the norms, जो norms से नहीं भरी गई है, जो vacancies particular department से नहीं भरी गई है, concerned officer means as per education नहीं है, rule and regulation उन vacancies में follow नहीं किए गए हैं, उन लोगों को यहाँ पे इन वैकेंसी में शामिल नहीं किया जाएगा और ये वैकेंसी वैलिडेट भी नहीं होगी unless all the rule and regulation as per the criteria are not fulfill the vacancies. Next is the 51 section is the member not to participate in meeting in certain cases. Same is अगर उनका पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट है, अगर उनका पर्सनल चॉइस है, अगर उनको किसी तरह का बेनिफिट है, then the particular member are not participate in that meeting in the certain cases. Officer and other employee of the state authority are responsible to attend the meeting. Function of chief executive officer also rendering the mental health care services into the community area to solve the problem of mental ill patient, to promote the mental health services, to communicate with the other people, to coordinate with the other society. And chapter under this chapter, section 54, transfer of asset liability of state authority means state government or state mental health authority have power if they are not fulfill the criteria, if they are not getting the result from the particular agencies, they are transfer all type of asset, whether the movable, immovable, and all type of liability of state authority to the another concerned functions. Function of state authority also similar to the central condition. They are maintaining the state hospital, they are decreasing the mental illness, they are promoting the mental health, programming of any type of program, those are promoting the mental health, those are reducing the mental illness, providing the training program, educate the peoples regarding to the know about the mental illness and how to care and look after to treatment of the mental ill patient. And 56 section is the meeting of state authority means any chairperson or secretary is not available in the meeting, then concerned officer and deputy director are attend the meeting to know about the expenses, to know about the yearly expenses, audit any type of payment, any type of fees, any type of mental health care services regarding the function of the state authority. They are discussing in the meeting of the state authority. Next is the chapter 9, deal with the finance, account and audit. This is chapter also very important because without finance, accounts and audit, we are not getting the proper result of the Mental Health Care Act 2017. So this is also important. Grant by central government to central authority. Various grant issued by the central government to the central mental health authority, and they are passed to the both the upper and lower department, upper and lower sections, parliament. They are receiving the information, they are sending the information regarding to grant, how much grant they are providing to central authority, and comes into the discussion to the meeting regarding to the grant providing to the central authority, and this grant passed by the our parliament also. 58 section deal with the central mental authority funds. All grant received to the government of India to the central authority, the fund is called a central mental health authority fund. इस जितना भी ग्रांट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी को मिला है, दोनों ही संसद में जितना भी ग्रांट पास किया गया है, वो जितना ग्रांट है वो सेंट्रल मेंटल हेल्थ अथॉरिटी फंड के नाम से जाना जाएगा. अकाउंट एंड ऑडिट ऑफ सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी, जो भी अकाउंट सेंट्रल मेंटल हेल्थ अथॉरिटी फंड के नाम से बनाया गया है, एवरी एनुअल ईयर दे आर ऑडिटेड, हाउ मच फीस दे आर रिसीविंग, हाउ मच expenditure regarding the care and treatment of psychiatric patient, regarding the training program, regarding the salary, regarding wage, regarding the other meeting expenses, all type of account and audit of central authority audited by the auditor of general government of India in each and every financial year. Annual report of central authority is providing to the government of India regarding to the all type of expenses receiving in the financial year and audited by the government of India auditors. Then grant by state government. So this is the state government receiving the grant by the state governments. Depending on the state by state, they are providing the fund to the Mental Health Care Act 2070. If they are deemed fit, they are providing the grant by the state government pass in the particular department, particular area. स्टेट मेंटल हेल्थ अथॉरिटी फंड, स्टेट से जो भी पैसा आएगा उस पैसे को स्टेट मेंटल हेल्थ अथॉरिटी फंड के नाम से जाना जाएगा। अकाउंट एंड ऑडिट ऑफ स्टेट अथॉरिटी, जितना भी अकाउंट में अमाउंट आया है, एक्सपेंडिचर हुआ है, खर्च हुआ है इन द केयर एंड लुक आफ्टर ऑफ द पेशेंट, ईच टाइप ऑफ एक्सपेंडिचर शुड बी ऑडिटेड बाय द ऑडिटर of general by the state government, and annual report of the state authority should be provided by the auditor general of the state government as per this act. So this is the finance and account and audit section as per the 19th chapter. Is very important because without fund, without accounts and audited, we cannot identify whether the proper funded we receive or not, whether the proper funded is transmitted or usable or not, whether the misuse of any type of fund or not. So both the level, central and state level, they are audited the each and every type of funded which are expend to the psychiatric patient into the psychiatric hospital. Next chapter is the chapter 10, is dealing with to the mental health establishment. Mental health establishment means we discuss here for the establishment of hospitals. Establish means whether the hospital are required any type of application, any type of permission from government of India or particular state government. Yes, as per the section 65, registration of mental health establishment is called as Mental Health Establishment Act. Procedure for registration, inspection and inquiry of mental health establishment, they can apply to the particular concerned authority regarding to open the psychiatric hospital. Time to time they are inspects inquiry of mental health establishment as per the section 66 of the chapter 10. Audit of mental establishment, every hospital is established in the particular area, particular state, they are audited in the given period of time in the expenses of the particular hospital or particular department. Inspection and inquiry also performed if any hospital are not provide the proper care and look after to the psychiatric patient, and any complaint given by the any psychiatric patient, then the government or particular concerned state authority can inspect and inquiry about the particular complaint and appointed the legal aid to the psychiatric patient. Under the chapter 69, registration of registration appeal to the high court against order to the authority. अगर कोई भी order है वो wrongly perform होता है, then can any authority and any hospital authority can go to the high courts against a particular order of authority. Certificate fees and registration of mental health establishment also is there for the particular things. Certificate fees, registration of mental health established also necessary. Time to time they are renew the certificate. Particular fees is there for the time being periods. Maintaining of register of mental health establishment in digital format. Duty of health establishment to display information regarding to the psychiatric hospitals. Which type of duty performed by the mental hospital also performed by the psychiatric hospital. Next chapter is dealing with the chapter 11 is a mental health review board. Mental health review board constituted in the state government, that is called as Constitution of Mental Health Review Board, and constituted by the state government, and composition of this board is dealing with the particular officer, psychiatrists, doctors, magistrate of the composition of this board, collector of particular area, particular districts, member of non-governmental organization of composition of this board to the review board. Review means whether the services are properly provided to the mentally ill patient or not. Next, under the section 75, term and condition of services of chairperson and members of board. They are appointed for the particular authority, and term and condition of services, which type of services they are performing in the member of boards. Decision of authority and board under the section 76, the particular board and authority take the decision if the any hospital is not provide the proper care and look after to the psychiatric patient, or any mental ill patient are not receiving the proper care, whether the representative, whether the his guardian is not providing the proper care, the local authority or review board can then make the decision in behalf of the psychiatric patient and application to the board. If psychiatric patient are feeling that he is not getting the proper treatment into the psychiatric hospital, then they are applied to the application to the board, and board inquiry about the psychiatric treatment and services from the hospital. Next is the 78 section is the proceeding before board to the judicial proceeding. So if the board feel that the particular patient are not receiving the proper treatment and care, they are held the judicial proceeding regarding to the not getting the proper care and treatments. 79 held the meetings regarding to conditions. प्रोसीडिंग बिफोर बोर्ड्स, बोर्ड्स में प्रोसीडिंग होने से पहले क्या क्या उन्हें करना चाहिए, क्या क्या एप्लीकेशन इंफॉर्मेशन रिसीव करनी चाहिए. Then 81 comes to the central authority to appoint expert committee to prepare guidance document. Central authority का काम ये है, they are appointed to expert committee to prepare guidance document. किस तरह से पेशेंट की केयर करनी है, किस तरह से पेशेंट को असिस्टेंट प्रोवाइड करना है, what type of extent we are providing or written the medication by the psychiatric treatment. Each and every guidance receiving by the central committee or expert for the caring the treatment of psychiatric patient. Next, power and funds of boards. The power review board have the various power and funds regarding to the identify, regarding to checking, regarding audited of the funds and function of the psychiatric hospital perform or not. Next is the appeal to High Court against order of authority of boards. If any institution are want to go against the order of authority or board, they are file the application to the High Court and they are under the jurisdictionally and under the appeal for the hearing capacity and grant by the central government. Mental health review board also receiving the grant by the central government and central mental health board. Next, we are discuss the chapter 12. Under the this chapter, admission, treatment, and discharge. In the earlier Indian Mental Health Act, this chapter come to chapter 4. Now this chapter come to chapter 12. Admission, treatment, discharge means overall admission receiving by the mentally ill patient into the psychiatric hospital, treatment and discharge we discuss into chapter 12. So as per section 85, admission of person with mental illness as independent patient. Independent patient means जो patient अपने आप voluntary admit होना चाहता है, that is the independent patient. They wishes to enter into psychiatric hospital and they want to treatment from the psychiatric hospital is comes into 85 section. All type of admission receiving the independent and wishes to the psychiatric patient. 86 section is the independent admission and treatment. Independence admission can be wishes of the psychiatric patient and treatment according to that patient. If the independent patient want to refuse the treatment, immediately the psychiatric hospital should reduce the or refuse the treatment and stop the treatment as soon as possible. Admission of minor. In case of minor, अगर minor admit हुआ है psychiatric hospital में और during the stay, admission of minor time, अगर जैसे 17 ईयर में एडमिट हुआ है और 17 ईयर के बाद में 2 ईयर उसको कंटिन्यू वहां पे हॉस्पिटल में रहते हुए हो गया, इट मींस द पर्सन आर कम्स टू द independent person and the person are the age of completion of 18 year. 88 section comes into discharge of independent patient. Anytime the independent patient are write the application to the psychiatric doctor, and after the information received from the independent patient, the authority can discharge to the patient from the hospital. Admission and treatment of person with mental illness with high support need in mental health established up to 30 days. In this section, we are dealing that if any patient are need more than 30 days, they are admitted into psychiatric hospital with the concerned information received from the psychiatrist and with the proper checkup and proper information by the team for the inspection. 90 number section is the admission and treatment of person with mental illness with high support need in mental health established beyond 30 days. सपोर्टेड एडमिशन बियॉन्ड 30 डेज. जो पेशेंट है जिनका 30 डेज में ट्रीटमेंट नहीं हो पाता है, वो 30 डेज से ज्यादा पेशेंट को एडमिट रखना वहां पे पड़ता है. Again, they are proceeding the application to the psychiatric hospital. The representative, the guardian make the application to the hospital authority regarding admitting into the psychiatric hospital more than 30 days. Then doctor are identify whether the patient are required the treatment for more than 30 days or more. If doctor wishes, doctor fulfill deemed fit that patient are able to admit in psychiatric hospital, they can allow to the psychiatric hospital beyond the 30 days. Then 91 section deal with the leave of absence. In the earlier Mental Health Act also you study the leave of absence. Leave of absence means any person who want to perform any mental ill patient relative want to release the psychiatric patient from the psychiatric hospital, they are making the application to the psychiatric hospital superintendent psychiatrist regarding behalf of they are attending to the certain ritual in form, and after the bond should be filled that proper treatment, proper care given by the relatives, guardians are providing the proper care to the psychiatric patient. In that written letter, only in that written letter, the doctors, the psychiatrist hospital in charge are applied to or relieve the psychiatric patient immediately from the psychiatric hospital. Leave of absence for the period of 60 days. Next 92 section deal with the absence without leave of or discharge. हमने 91 में सेक्शन में लीव ऑफ एब्सेंस के बारे में पढ़ा था. तो कोई भी राइचुअल घर पे परफॉर्म करने के लिए कोई रिलेटिव एप्लीकेशन लिख सकता है और उस एप्लीकेशन के बिहाफ ये होना चाहिए कि उस पेशेंट को प्रॉपर केयर एंड ट्रीटमेंट उसके घर में जितने दिन वो रखता है उतने दिन वो देंगे. इस बिहाफ पे डली साइंड बॉन्ड के बाद में उसको हॉस्पिटल से रिलीज किया जाता है. अब यहाँ 92 में कंडीशन है एब्सेंस विदाउट लीव. अगर बिना परमिशन के, बिना लीव ऑफ एब्सेंस के और बिना डिस्चार्ज किया अगर कोई पेशेंट बाहर चल जाता है, देन पुलिस ऑफिसर हैव द लायबिलिटी टू ब्रॉड ब्रेक फोर्सफुली इनटू द साइकियाट्रिक हॉस्पिटल. पेशेंट को आइडेंटिफाई करे एंड उसको वापस साइकियाट्रिक हॉस्पिटल में एंटर करवाए until पेशेंट आर नॉट ट्रीटेबल, until patient are not fit to live in the community or society as per the 92 section. 93 section is the transfer of person with mental illness from one mental health establishment to another mental health establishment. This is also given the opportunity to the mental patient. If they feel that they are not getting the proper treatment in the psychiatric hospital, they are choice, they are fill the application to change the hospital. Emergency treatment, they are receiving the emergency treatment. Prohibited procedures, some procedures are prohibited such as ECT, we are not performing as per this act without providing the anesthesia and without the modification of drugs. So direct ECT is completely prohibited as per this act. Only modified ECT can be performed as per this act. Restriction on psychosurgery for person with mental illness. No psychosurgery performed by the psychiatrist until or unless they are not benefit to the psychiatric hospital. Next 97 section is the restraint and seclusion. Restraint means we are not chaining the patient. We are not seclusion means we are not freely kept the psychiatric patient. We are not isolated the psychiatric patient. as per the rule and regulation until the psychiatric doctor are not required to restrain and seclusion condition. If the psychiatric doctor deem fit that particular patient required the some restraint, then only you can provide the restraint. And condition is that why you are providing the restraint and seclusion to the psychiatric patient. Otherwise, nobody can provide the restraint and seclusion to the psychiatric patient unless the patient life is not danger, unless the benefit of patient is not there, we cannot maintain any type of restraint and seclusion for the patient. Section 98 dealing with the discharge planning, we can discharge from the psychiatric hospital as per the patient admitted. जैसे patient admit हुआ है उसी प्रक्रिया से उसी rule and regulation पे हमें patient को discharge करना है. If psychiatric doctor deem fits, if magistrate deem fit that patient transferred to the psychiatric hospital, then can be discharged from the psychiatric hospital. And proper planning should be there for the before the discharge from the psychiatric hospital. 99 section deal with the research. Yes, we are dealing with the research capacity to the mental ill patient whenever the research is benefited to the mental ill patient treatment and in favor of the psychiatric patient. In the condition that research should not be harm to the psychiatric patient. Next, we dealing with the chapter 13, responsibility of other agencies. So chapter 13 is dealing with the responsibility of other agencies. Chapter 13 under the section 100, duties of people, पुलिस ऑफिसर इन रेस्पेक्ट ऑफ पर्सन विद मेंटल इलनेस. पुलिस ऑफिसर्स की क्या ड्यूटी होती है इफ दे आर फाउंड द मेंटल इलनेस. सो पुलिस ऑफिसर कोड द और मेंटल इल पेशेंट इन आवर कस्टडी एंड प्रोड्यूस टू द मजिस्ट्रेट बिफोर द 24 आवर्स. 24 आवर्स में मजिस्ट्रेट के सामने उन्हें प्रस्तुत करना होता है एंड दे कैन ट्रांसफर टू द साइकेट्रिक हॉस्पिटल एज सून एज possible. They are not detained the more than the 24 hours into the under the custody of the police officer. Under section 101, report to magistrate of person with mental illness in private residence who is ill treated or neglected. अगर किसी ऑनर में, किसी एरिया में, किसी कम्युनिटी में, किसी सोसाइटी में अगर किसी पेशेंट को इल ट्रीटेड किया जा रहा है, नेग्लेक्टेड किया जा रहा है, चेनिंग किया जा रहा है, रिस्ट्रेंट किया जा रहा है, उस कंडीशन में anybody can report to the magistrate regarding the ill treatment of the psychiatric patient into the particular area. 102, convening or admitting person with mental illness to mental establishment by magistrate. Magistrate pass the order before the court to admit into psychiatric patient into the psychiatric hospital as per the 102 section. 103, prisoner with mental illness. Yes, prisoner also involve the problem of the mental illness. So prison officer can admit to the prisoner of with mental illness into the psychiatric hospital with the permission of the magistrate and duty officers. Person in custodial institution. Custodial institution means where we provide the particular care, just like a daycare center, we provide the mental health care. So 104, person in custodial institution also plays in providing the care and treatment to the psychiatric hospital. 105, question of mental illness in judicial process. Question regarding all type of mental illness in judicial process, also following regarding the care and treatment of psychiatric patient. Next, chapter 14 is the deal with the restriction to discharge function professional not cover profession. This is also important chapter, chapter 14, restriction to discharge function by professional not covered profession. कोई भी ड्यूटीज एंड फंक्शन अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट या स्टेट गवर्नमेंट या पर्टिकुलर कंसर्न अथॉरिटी ने अगर नहीं बताया है, वो कोई भी कार्य सेक्शन 106 के अंतर्गत आप नहीं कर सकते हो. कोई भी प्रोफेशन जो भी कार्य करेगा एज पर गाइडेंस करेगा, एज पर सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी, एज पर स्टेट अथॉरिटी, दे आर परफॉर्मिंग द फंक्शन. Beyond the central authority, state government guideline and function, they are not performing any type of duty and function for the psychiatric patient and psychiatric into the psychiatric hospital as per the chapter 14, restriction to discharge function professional not cover प्रोफेशन, जो प्रोफेशन के अंतर्गत नहीं आता है वो किसी भी प्रकार की एक्टिविटी आपको नहीं करनी है जिससे कि रूल एंड रेगुलेशन ब्रेक नहीं हो। चैप्टर 15 is deal with the offenses and penalty. Yes, in chapter earlier Indian Mental Health Act 1987 also offenses and penalties there. In this chapter, penalties and offenses are increased according to the offenses by the psychiatric hospital or any type of professional. As per section 107, penalties for establishing or maintaining mental health establishment in contravention of provision of this act, any type of पेनल्टीज फॉर एस्टेब्लिशिंग और मेंटेनिंग मेंटल हेल्थ एस्टेब्लिश, किसी भी प्रकार का हॉस्पिटल आप बनाते हो अगर वो नियमों के खिलाफ है, नियमों के अंतर्गत नहीं चल रहा है, देन यू कैन और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट गिव द पेनल्टी ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और पर्टिकुलर इंस्टीट्यूशन। 108 पनिशमेंट फॉर कन्वेंशन ऑफ प्रोविजन ऑफ द एक्ट और रूल और रेगुलेशन मेड देयर अंडर, जो भी पनिशमेंट और कंट्रावेंशन उस प्रोविजन और उस कानून के अंतर्गत बनाया गया वो सारा पनिशमेंट 108 सेक्शन के अंतर्गत उस हॉस्पिटल को और डॉक्टर्स को, नर्सेस को, जो भी रूल एंड रेगुलेशन को ब्रेक करती है उनको दिया जाएगा। 109 ऑफेंसेस बाय कंपनीज, अगर कोई कंपनीज अपराध करती है, ऑफेंसेस एंड पेनल्टीज may be fine 10,000, may be fine 20,000, may be fine 50,000, may be fine 5 lakhs, may be imprisonment, जेल भी जाना पड़ सकता है, मे बी 1 year, मे बी 6 months और मे बी मोर देन 2 year। 109 सेक्शन ऑफेंसेस बाय कंपनी, अगर कोई कंपनी ऑफेंसेस करती है देन जो कंपनी का डायरेक्टर होता है दे आर लिएबिलिटीज ऑफ द ऑल टाइप ऑफ ऑफेंसेस, और जो भी क्रिमिनल प्रोसीडिंग होगी वो उस कंपनी के डायरेक्टर के ऊपर होगी। सो ऑल टाइप ऑफ रूल एंड रेगुलेशन मेकिंग बाय द company and they are receiving the offenses by company, they are director are receiving the punishment given by the state government and particular concerned authority. Next chapter is the chapter 15 is the miscellaneous chapters. Miscellaneous, all type of information and chapter including this chapter. As per the miscellaneous section 110, पावर टू कॉल फॉर इंफॉर्मेशन, जितनी भी इंफॉर्मेशन है वो साइकेट्रिक पेशेंट ले सकता है, कंसर्न स्टेट अथॉरिटी ले सकती है, कंसर्न सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी इंफॉर्मेशन रिसीव कर सकती है, वेदर इन द डायरी फॉर्म, वेदर इन द रजिस्टर, वेदर इन द डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म और डिजिटल एरिया। एज पर सेक्शन 111, पावर ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट टू इशू डायरेक्शन, अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को कुछ गोल मिसमेच लगते हैं या प्रॉपर्ली मैनेजमेंट नहीं होता है फंड का या पोजीशंस का या उसके मेंबर प्रॉपर्ली काम नहीं करते हैं, देन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इशू टू डायरेक्शन टू विड्रॉल द ऑल टाइप ऑफ members, all type of central authority, and as soon as possible they are change the new authority. As per section 112, power of central government to supersede central authority, ये 11 सही स्टार्ट हो रहा था। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इशू सम डायरेक्शन, डायरेक्शन क्या प्रोवाइड करती है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कभी भी सुपरसेड कर सकती है सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी को, जितने भी मेंबर उनको हटा सकती है अगर उसका उद्देश्य अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का प्राप्त नहीं होता है, मेंटल इल पेशेंट अगर प्रॉपर केयर रिसीव नहीं करता है, मेंटल हेल्थ प्रमोशन नहीं होती है, मेंटल इलनेस रिड्यूस नहीं होती है, देन एनी टाइम दे आर सुपरसेड द सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी, दैट इज द पावर ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। 113, power of state government to supersede state government, same as central government, state government also have to power to supersede state authority if aims and objective are not fulfilled as per the state government. 11 as per section 114, special provision for state in northeast and hill state, कुछ स्टेट ऐसे हैं जहां पे पहुंचना मुश्किल है या वहां पे प्रॉपर्ली केयर हम प्रोवाइड नहीं कर सकते, वहां पे इस प्रोविजन मेंटल हेल्थ केयर एक्ट 2017 के अंतर्गत ऐसे स्टेट को कुछ छूट दी गई है। हिली स्टेट्स हैं अरुणाचल प्रदेश, असम, मेघालय, मिजोरम, इनको कुछ छूट दी गई है इन द प्रोवाइडिंग द केयर एंड ट्रीटमेंट। As per the 115, presumption of civil stage in case of attempt to the commit suicide, this is very important, passed by the parliament as per this act, Indian Mental Health Act Care 2017। बिफोर जो इंडियन मेंटल हेल्थ एक्ट था उसमें ये लागू नहीं था, पर ये धारा इसके अंदर जोड़ी गई है सेक्शन 115 के अंतर्गत। अगर कोई पेशेंट सुसाइडल अटेम्प्ट करता है तो वो क्राइम नहीं माना जाएगा। बिफोर दैट इट इज क्राइम एंड suitable punishment also giving for the particular patient, but as per this act nobody can punish if the anybody or any person those are commit the suicide have the stressful situation and stressful condition are free from the any type of case judicial inquiry. So as per this section this is very important, किसी प्रकार का केस वो सुसाइड पेशेंट पे नहीं होगा whether government pass the order to provide the proper care to the that particular suicidal attempt person. 116 bar of jurisdiction also inquiry for the matter of the miscellaneous services. जो भी इंक्वायरी का पार्ट है, मजिस्ट्रेट है, चीफ जस्टिस है, any type of jurisdiction they are inquiry about the as per 116 section. And 117 transitory provision means they are transition of the particular hospital from the areas they are transitory for the services into particular area as per the miscellaneous act. As per the 118 section chairperson member staff of authority and board to be public servant. इन सबको इस सेक्शन के आधार पर जितने भी चेयरपर्सन मेंबर स्टाफ अथॉरिटी एंड रिव्यू बोर्ड के बनाए गए all are the public servant means they are appointed by the vacancy and proper authority. 119 is the protection of action taken in good faith. गुड फेथ में जो भी निर्णय लिया गया है वो प्रोटेक्ट किया जाएगा इन द फेवर ऑफ द पेशेंट. 120 एक्ट टू हैव ओवरराइडिंग इफेक्ट्स. 120 जो सेक्शन बनाया गया वो इसलिए बनाया गया है अगर ये कानून मेंटल हेल्थ केयर एक्ट 2017 अगर सही परफॉर्म नहीं करता है देन इन दैट ईयर उस समय में जो भी उचित लगता है जो भी सही लगता है वो कानून वहां पे पास कर दिया जाएगा. एक्ट टू हैव ओवरराइडिंग इफेक्ट, अगर ओवरराइडिंग इफेक्ट इस कानून के हमें मिलते हैं क्योंकि जब कानून पास किया जाता है उसी के बाद में उस एक्ट के एडवांटेज एंड डिसएडवांटेज निकल के आते हैं. तो एनी ओवरराइडिंग इफेक्ट इज देयर देन वी कैन चेंज और वी कैन अडॉप्ट द न्यू एक्ट एज पर द गवर्नमेंट कंसर्न और गवर्नमेंट सिचुएशंस. 121 सेक्शन पावर ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट टू मेक रूल. दोनों ही गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एंड सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को पावर है कि वो अपने अपने रूल बना सकती है. पावर ऑफ सेंट्रल अथॉरिटी टू मेक रेगुलेशन, पावर ऑफ स्टेट अथॉरिटी टू मेक रेगुलेशन. लेइंग ऑफ रूल एंड रेगुलेशन, किस तरह से रूल एंड रेगुलेशन को लेइंग किया जाना चाहिए, पालन किया जाना चाहिए, comes into section 124. पावर टू रिमूव डिफिकल्टीज. 125 के अंदर ये पावर दिया गया है अगर इस एक्ट के अंतर्गत किसी भी प्रकार की डिफिकल्टीज पाई जाती है when we are practice when the state are practice in this act we can remove the difficulties which are identified as per the this act. Repeal and saving chances also there as per the 126 section. Anybody can repeal and saving the chances. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Yes, sir.
It is very vast topic, so
Yeah,
it is
I
not
know, sir.
possible to cover to the 1 hour because totally 52 pages is concluded
True,
into
sir.
only 12 or 13 pages. Only chapter included for the 16 chapter I am highlighting for the students.
I agree with you, sir. I completely agree with you. It is a very, very vast topic, and you gave such a comprehensive view of Mental Health Act 2017. And I think it would be very beneficial for the nurses to get a review of Mental Health Care Act 2017. It was indeed a very, very informative session, sir. And I think it would be utmost help and beneficial to all the viewers. I again express my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir. Thank you for joining with us today. Have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you to you, sir. Thank you.